By definition, Kabbalah means to receive. But receive what? Receive everything it is that you want in your life. However, there is a technology to it. I know it sounds a little different, but just like we have technology with computers, there's actually technology for the soul and how to receive things, everything you want in your life. And this is a wisdom, an ancient wisdom that has been around over 4,000 years. There is universal laws on how to live your life. And basically, it's secrets that are from the Bible that tell anyone from any walk of life how to live their life and really to not have any chaos in their life anymore. It's something that everyone should learn about. Once you know the rules of life, you know how to be guided properly. Think of it like a game. Imagine you take a baseball game over to a country that has never played baseball, and you bring the bats, and you bring the mitts, and you bring the baseball diamond, the bases, everything, the balls, and you tell these people who have never ever played baseball, never seen baseball in their life, and you ask them to start playing baseball. What are they going to do? It's going to be chaos, right? And that's the same thing that happens to us when we have chaos in our lives. Because when we have chaos, it's because we don't understand the laws of the universe. So once you understand the laws of the universe and the rules of the universe, then you no longer have to go through life just haphazardly letting life happen to you. You become a co-creator in life once you learn the rules. And like I said before, this is an ancient wisdom and it's for everyone. Kabbalah has improved my life in so many ways. It's brought me a lot more peace. First of all, I had a lot of questions like, why am I here? What's my purpose in life? Because of things I'd experienced when I was much younger, like over 40 years ago. And I've studied lots of different teachers and different teachings. And when I came to learn about Kabbalah, it took everything from all these different teachings like a puzzle and putting them into an organized format. It all started to make sense. I realized that when you tap in to this ancient wisdom, that you're tapping into a current for the soul. So what does that mean? If you were to take off the cover of an electrical outlet, for example, and stick your finger in there, you get electrocuted, right? You wouldn't do that. You can't see it, right? But it's there. And just think about Kabbalah as being a conduit for your soul so that the decisions that you make in life, you're being guided properly. And it's helped me so much in so many different ways. I've seen miracles happen. I've seen things happen that a lot of people call coincidences, but there really are no coincidences in life. They're synchronicities. And when you're in the flow, those things start to happen more and then you want it more. There's been different miracles, and one that comes to mind right now is one regarding a family member. I flew out to the hospital where he was at, and he was in an induced coma. And when I got there, I had brought my Zohars with me, and I'd asked my sister-in-law how my family member was doing. She said, he was doing fine. They brought him out of the coma, and I brought my Zohars with me. These are very, very, very special books, if you will, and you'll learn more about that at another time. There will be deeper teachings on the Zohar. And there's many different Zohars of different meanings, and there's one in particular on healing. I brought this with me, and you see how many pages there are. It's pretty thick. And this particular one is called Pinchas, and it's on healing. And before I opened it up, I prayed and I asked to please show me what it is that I need to know, because this particular book on healing relates to all the different organs in the body. And when I fanned it open and just waited to see what page it opened to, it was on the liver. And I asked my sister-in-law if everything was okay with this family member's liver. And she says, yeah, everything's fine. So fast forward the next day, I do the same thing. It opened to the same page. Now, it was not fanned. It wasn't dog-eared. And so there's no reason that it would have opened up to the same page, and it opened up again to the same page on the liver. Once again, I asked my sister-in-law. She says to me, nope, everything's fine. Well, guess what? Later that day, there was blood work, and guess what happened? The blood work that came back said there was some issues with the liver, nothing major. However, I just thought that was interesting because they needed to pay attention and tweak some things that they were doing. And for me, that's a miracle in its own right there. I think everyone should take Kabbalah because if you're interested in having peace in your life and more joy in your life and happiness in your life and learning how to actually make it last, not just have it last for a short time, then I think this class is for you. I think taking Kabbalah would be great. If you're someone that has asked yourself questions such as, why am I here? What is the meaning of life? What is my purpose in life? Or why do good things happen to bad people? And why do bad things happen to good people? Kabbalah could help answer those questions too. And if you are someone who believes that you could actually be a co-creator in your life rather than just letting life happen to you haphazardly and repeating the same mistakes over and over, you actually can make changes in your life. I think it's a must thing, even just the basic course I'll be offering here soon. Kabbalah is an ancient wisdom. It is 4,000 years old. It is recently making another resurgence because there was an interview by Shetty with Madonna, and Madonna loves spirituality. She tried a few things before. Once she came across Kabbalah, she never stopped. She hasn't done an interview in about 9 years, and she just did one recently. So I think people are looking for this stuff again. This is not some new age thing that's just going to be coming and going. This has been around for thousands of years. It's not going anywhere. It has its roots in everything. I hope a lot of people are going to wake up, and learn that whatever path they're on, it's all good. There's no one right way. However, Kabbalah does have its roots in everything. I'm Jody Pooter, and I've been studying Kabbalah for over 25 years. I started studying Kabbalah 25 years ago, more or less. My consciousness path started a lot before that. It actually started 40 years ago. And it started when things started to happen to me that I couldn't explain. There was no words for them, but I did know there was something else out there besides us. And I was pretty young at the time. So I would go to a whole life expo, and then I started researching teachers, and I started studying Deepak Chopra, Wayne Dyer. I was looking everywhere. And the thing was, I would read these books or I'd go to these workshops, and afterwards, what did I do? Like, I'd come home, but then what? So there was actually a friend who's told me about Kabbalah for many years, thought I would love it. The first moment I walked through the doors, it was like everything I've been looking for in my entire life came together because all these different teachings I had studied put it in an organized format for me that made sense. I haven't stopped studying since. I love it. I'll never stop studying. Everyone has a purpose in life, and I think so often, myself included, people want to know what is their purpose, and they search and they go on journeys and they question this. And there's two things I want to say about this. First of all, when we come to this world, we come with challenges, and often the greatest challenge in our life will be something that was a lesson we needed to learn from a past life. When we come here to this world, we all have a gift. And when we recognize what that gift is, whether it's the gift of art, playing music, or singing, or finance, whatever the gift might be, sharing that with the world is one of the very big purposes that a human has when they come here in the world. The other huge purpose that people have when they come to the world is really consciously thinking about how to make the world a better place. What part do you take every day when you wake up and think about making the world a better place or making a better day for someone that you know? So being conscious about that is huge. Ever since I started studying Kabbalah, I don't think a day has gone by in my life where I haven't shared this wisdom with someone. I don't know, I love it. And I feel like everything in my life has brought me to this point right here, right now. And I just feel called to share it. See the expressions on friends' faces when they ask me something and I share a teaching. And so I just thought, like, rather than keeping it for just the few people in my life that are interested, why not share with the world? And if you're here watching this, then I actually believe you're meant to be. And I really think that if we could help one person at a time and that person helps another person and so on and so on, it really can have a positive effect on the world. Kabbalah will help people learn how to connect directly to the source of light so that everything that they want in their life will last, and they will learn that the world as they see it isn't an illusion. Learning the rules of the universe, this technology for the soul, is what someone needs if what they want in their life to really last and not just have it be for a short time. I would define the inner shift as changing your inside world so that it can reflect what your outside world looks like. Think about a mirror, and as just as it's a reflection of you, if you think about your life, it's a direct reflection of what it is, what you are thinking, and what you're feeling. If you want to change your outside world, you need to shift your inside world first.